Good morning, everyone. Hello. It is Thursday. It's April 2nd. And yeah, we're back in class. It's 5A today. We don't have a calendar teacher, so it's hard sometimes to remember exactly what day it is. It's a little strange when we're always inside and things, but I have to say, you guys continue to do excellent work. I think a lot of the questions and things have kind of been smoothed out and that sort of thing. So it seems like everybody's kind of picking things up, which is really, really good. Today, we're going to do a little bit of review in math. There's actually a brain pop video, which is different than the usual con video. The brain pop video, it just talks about multiplying and dividing fractions. Dividing fractions is what we're going to do soon. So it's sort of a review video, but it also gives you a little preview of some of the things we'll be learning next week. And there's also a link to check my progress. So we can answer some of the questions on there, and when you're finished, just take a photo and send it to either me or Teacher That's math. Let's see, with reading and grammar, today we're going to read about Mrs. Garcia at Augie's new school. He gets to meet her. I was thinking she's kind of like Principal John, kind of like Miss Patra. She kind of helps run. She's not a teacher, but she sort of runs and helps the teacher. She sort of runs the school in a sense. So we get to read about her. She's another new face for Augie, so he's a little, I think, intimidated when he meets her. But you get to see how different people react to him when he meets new people. You'll see there's a part where he first meets her and she looks at him and he sees that she looks at him like, ooh. But he says only he would notice something like that. And I think you guys probably know that feeling, where you kind of catch somebody looking at you out of the corner of their eye or something. So, I think it's easy to put yourself in his shoes. So that's what we get to read about today. For grammar, there's a worksheet. It talks about introductory phrases or introductory elements, which there's a little mini lesson video that I would encourage you to watch because it explains what those things are and how you use them. Basically, an introductory phrase is if you're writing a sentence, you'd say, "Today I went to school." Well, today is the introductory part. So we kind of have to separate that from the rest of the sentence. Today, I went to school. And you do that with a comma. So that's what the video sort of talks about. It also talks more about longer phrases, but the way that it explains it, I think, is very clear. Between the difference between a dependent clause and an independent clause, which is a little bit more than you need to know for the worksheet, but I think you guys will do okay. It's mostly involving where you put commas and the proper place and the proper time. So I think you guys have a good understanding of it already because most of you will do this when we write anyway, so hopefully it's not too difficult. Let's see, today for writing, we get to talk about what you think about distance learning. I have a video, it's a mini lesson where I explain a little bit more about what that is and what the actual assignment is. But basically you're going to write a paragraph saying 2 things that you like about learning from home and 1 thing that you don't like about learning from home. I had to think about it. There's some things that are good and some things that are not so good, but I came up with some examples and I actually wrote up a little document as well that explains the directions a little more clearly, and it also gives you some examples and then a sample paragraph to give you an idea of what it should look like. So click on the little mini lesson video, and then after that click on the little link and it'll explain things a little more clearly. And let's see, the last thing, in social studies today, we get to learn about Eleanor Roosevelt, who she was famous for a few reasons. It kind of goes along with what we've been talking about with women's suffrage, and women gained a lot more rights in the beginning of the 1900s in the United States. got the right to vote and things like that. And she was a big part of that sort of thing. She happened to be the husband. Her husband was the president of the United States, and so she, I think, had a lot to say about the things that changed in America because her husband could make those changes. And you'll also see that as the president got older, he couldn't do his job so well. He got really sick, and some people say that she was the one actually sort of making the decisions. So she's really an interesting person. So hopefully that'll be something that you enjoy as well. But yeah, today we just have to watch the little brain pop video. There are a few questions about that, and yeah, I think that's about it for social studies. But you guys are doing really, really well. The only other thing I was gonna say, I sent out a little link for the Zoom. It's the application we're going to use to video conference, which will hopefully make this a little more exciting because we'll get to see each other. It's pretty simple. If you click on the link, it'll ask you to download the Zoom application. And once you do, then that same link will take you to the conference call when we all get together, which will be Friday at 12:15. And I'll send out more information about that, but it's good to sort of take a look at it before Friday. That way, if there's any issues, we can work those out. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. Please continue to do what you're doing. And yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. Miss you guys. Take care. Have a good day.